Welcome, viewers, to the channel. We're excited to have you here.
Don't forget to engage with us by leaving your comments, questions, and feedback. We love hearing from you.
Andrew, what's this I hear about you wanting more money? We had a clear agreement before the project was completed.
Yes, Abel, we did have an agreement. But now that the project is done, I believe I deserve more than what we initially agreed on.
You can't be serious. We both agreed to a fair split from the start. Now you think you deserve more than I do? That's not how this works.
Look, things have changed. I put in more work than expected. I think it's only fair that I get compensated for that extra effort.
Are you kidding me? We both worked hard. You can't just change the terms now because you feel like it.
I'm not changing anything. I'm just saying that the situation evolved, and so should the compensation.
You're trying to rewrite history, Andrew. We had an agreement. You trying to go back on that makes you a betrayer. I can't believe you would do this to me, especially after all we've been through.
Betrayer? That's a bit much, don't you think? I'm just asking for what's fair.
Fair? This is far from fair. You know damn well we both contributed equally. Now you're just being greedy.
Greedy? I don't see it that way. I genuinely believe I put in more work towards the end.
You're a liar. And a betrayer. I thought I could trust you. I thought you were my best friend.
Calm down. This isn't about trust or friendship. This is about what's right.
What's right is sticking to our agreement. You can't just decide you deserve more after everything is done.
I know it seems sudden, but it's the truth. I've already transferred your share to you.
Oh, so you took it upon yourself to decide how much I get now?
Yes, because I felt it was the right thing to do. I know I deserve more than you in this case.
This is unbelievable. You don't get to decide that on your own. We made a deal, Andrew.
Sometimes deals need to be adjusted when circumstances change.
This isn't about circumstances. This is about you thinking you're entitled to more. It's about you betraying my trust.
I'm not betraying anyone. I'm standing up for what I believe is fair.
Understand? All I understand is that my so-called best friend is trying to cheat me. This isn't the Andrew I thought I knew.
It's not cheating, Abel. I did what I thought was right.
What a wicked world we live in. After we had an agreement, my best friend thinks he deserves more share than I do. How could he do this to me? We were supposed to be in this together, equals in every way. I can't believe it. All those late nights, all that hard work. And now he thinks he can just take more because he feels like it? What kind of friend is that? He knew how much this meant to me, to us. And now he's ruined everything. I will make sure he regrets this action for the rest of his life. He can't just betray me and walk away without consequences. I'll find a way to make him see what he's done, to make him understand the gravity of his betrayal. I need to be smart about this. No rash decisions. But I won't let this slide. I trusted him more than anyone else, and he stabbed me in the back. He needs to learn that actions have consequences, and I'm the one who will teach him that lesson. He thinks he can just take what's mine and get away with it. Well, he's wrong. I'll make sure he feels the weight of his betrayal every single day. I'll make sure he regrets ever crossing me.
It's a good thing to be smart. I've just successfully outsmarted Abel. I knew I deserved more for all the extra work I put in. Abel was too blinded by our initial agreement to see it. But I saw my opportunity and took it. This money is going to change everything for me. I'll make sure I use the money to do something good for my future. Maybe invest in that startup I've been eyeing, or put a down payment on that house I've always wanted. This is my chance to build something great, something that will secure my future. Abel will get over it eventually. He'll see that I was right, that I deserved more. And even if he doesn't, well, that's his problem. I can't let anyone stand in the way of my success, not even my so-called best friend. This is just the beginning. With this money, I can do so much. I'll make sure this decision pays off, not just for now, but for years to come. This is my time to shine, and nothing is going to stop me.
I remember promising to contribute to the church once I'm done with the project. Let me go and redeem my promise. Pastor, I have come to redeem my vow.
Abel, it's good to see you. God bless you.
Do you remember the project I asked you to support me with prayer for the success?
Yes.
Pastor, we completed the project, and it was a success. So, I have come to fulfill my promise.
God bless you more, Abel. Your faith and commitment are commendable.
I would have done more than this, Pastor, but there's something I need to tell you. My friend and I did the project together, but he betrayed me and took the lion's share. He thinks he can get away with it, but I'm ready to make him regret it for the rest of his life.
Never hate or take revenge. It is not the way of the Lord. Vengeance belongs to God.
You don't understand how much it hurts. He was my best friend. We had an agreement, and then he just decided he deserved more. It feels like a knife in my back.
I understand your pain, Abel. Betrayal from someone close is one of the hardest things to endure. But holding on to anger and seeking revenge will only harm you more in the end.
But Pastor, he needs to learn that his actions have consequences. I can't just let him get away with this. It's not fair.
Sometimes the greatest strength lies in forgiveness. By letting go of your anger, you free yourself from the burden of bitterness. Pray for guidance and strength. Trust that God will handle justice in His own way and time.
It's just so hard to let go, Pastor. I feel like I've lost more than just money. I've lost a friend, someone I thought I could trust.
I know, Abel. But remember, God is with you in your pain. He will heal your heart if you let Him. Focus on your blessings and the positive things you can do moving forward.
I'll try, Pastor. It's going to be difficult, but I'll try to let go and trust in God's plan. Man, what a mess. If I had just told him that the person I did the project with is Andrew, he would have probably wanted to settle things amicably. But then again, I know Andrew. He's so desperate right now. If he finds out I mentioned his name, he might just stop coming to church altogether.
Good evening, congregation. Today, I want to share something that the Lord revealed to me. He said that we must love one another if we wish to see progress in our lives and in our community. Love is the foundation upon which everything good is built. Without love, there can be no real progress. Think about it. In a place where love does not exist, what do we find? We find division and discord. We find anger and resentment. We find a community that cannot stand together, cannot support one another, and cannot grow together. But where love exists, we find unity. We find forgiveness and understanding. We find a community that lifts each other up, that moves forward together, and that thrives. So, I urge you all today to embrace love. Let go of any grudges, any hatred, or any bitterness. Reach out to your brothers and sisters with open hearts. Only then can we truly progress and become the community that the Lord desires us to be. Remember, love is not just a feeling. It's an action. It's something we do every day in our words, our deeds, and our interactions with one another. Let us love one another so that we may flourish in the light of God's grace.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for coming to today's church committee meeting. We have a lot to discuss and some important decisions to make, so let's get started.
Abel, are you all right? You don't look well.
I'm going to be all right. Nothing is wrong with me. Let's just focus on the agenda for today. I appreciate your concern, but really, I'm fine.
Abel, after reviewing your symptoms and conducting some tests, it appears that your condition is related to excessive stress and overthinking.
I suspected as much. I've noticed it comes and goes. Sometimes I feel like my heart is racing faster than normal.
That's a common response to stress. When you're constantly thinking and worrying, it can take a toll on your body, particularly your heart.
So what should I do about it? I have a lot on my plate, and it's hard to just stop thinking about everything.
I understand. It's important to find ways to manage your stress. Try to take things easy on yourself. Practice relaxation techniques, like deep breathing or meditation. Make time for activities you enjoy and ensure you're getting enough sleep. It might also be helpful to talk to a counselor or therapist about your worries.
I suppose I can try that. I just need to find a way to calm my mind and not let everything get to me.
Exactly. Taking care of your mental health is just as important as your physical health. By managing your stress, you'll likely see an improvement in how you feel overall.
Thank you, Doctor. I'll start making some changes and see how it goes.
You're welcome, Abel. Remember, it's a process, and it's okay to take small steps. Take care of yourself.
Welcome to today's service. It's wonderful to see so many familiar faces and some new ones as well. Let us come together in worship and fellowship, ready to receive the blessings of this day. I don't feel well again. It seems something is wrong with me. I felt a sudden wave of discomfort as soon as I saw Andrew.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Every time I set my eyes on Andrew, I always feel like my heart wants to escape from my body. It's such a strong, overwhelming sensation. I can't keep putting myself through this. It's too much to handle right now. I think it's best if I just head home. I need to take care of myself and figure out why seeing Andrew affects me so much. Yeah, I'll go home. Maybe some rest and distance will help me clear my mind.
What's going on with you? It's like you haven't been taking the medication we prescribed.
Doctor, I assure you, I haven't missed any doses. I've been taking them exactly as directed.
Something isn't adding up. Your condition hasn't improved, and if you're not careful, you could be at serious risk. You might die young if this continues.
Really? I didn't realize it was that serious.
Yes, Abel, it is very serious. This illness can escalate quickly and become fatal if not properly managed. We need to figure out what's going wrong and address it immediately.
All right, doctor. I'll do whatever it takes. Good evening, Abel. I've noticed you haven't been coming to church regularly, and the unit you're supposed to lead mentioned they haven't seen you either. So I decided to come and see you. Good evening, Pastor. I haven't been feeling well. I'm sorry to hear that. What's going on? The doctor told me I might die soon. He mentioned my condition is due to sudden increases in heart rate, which may eventually lead to heart failure. That's very serious, Abel. I'm sorry you're going through this. But is there something else troubling you? I must be sincere with you, Pastor. Anytime I set my eyes on Andrew, I feel a desire to destroy and attack him. What has he done to you? He's the partner who cheated me on that project I asked you to pray for. So you've been carrying that pain since then? Yes. Do you know Andrew is living fine without any pain now? You should have told me it was Andrew. I would have called him to discuss the situation. But because you held on to your desire for revenge, look at the toll it's taken on you. Revenge is a heavy burden, Abel. I understand, Pastor. I didn't realize how much it was affecting me. It's not too late to change, Abel. Come and see me tomorrow, and we'll work through this together. We need to address this bitterness and help you find peace. Thank you, Pastor. I'll come by tomorrow. Good. Take care of yourself tonight, Abel. We'll get through this. Abel, if we hold on to the past, we will have no one to play with. Let's forgive and move forward, embracing the present and future together. Hating those who offend or betray you is discouraged in Christian teachings for several reasons, many of which are supported by biblical examples and teachings. Hating those who offend you is generally unproductive and can be detrimental. Hatred harms you more than others. Hatred can consume your thoughts and emotions, leading to stress, anxiety, and even physical health issues. It keeps you in a negative state of mind and prevents you from experiencing peace and joy. Joseph, who forgave his brothers for selling him into slavery, Genesis 50:20, and David, who spared Saul's life despite Saul's attempts to kill him, 1 Samuel 24:10-12, both demonstrate the power and importance of forgiveness. Forgiveness heals and frees you. Forgiving those who hurt you releases you from the burden of carrying anger and bitterness. It allows you to move forward with your life, fostering emotional and mental well-being. Forgiveness can lead to personal growth and inner peace. Jesus forgave those who crucified him, saying, "Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing." Luke 23:34. His example shows the transformative power of forgiveness, even in the face of profound injustice. Avoiding spiritual darkness. 1 John 2:9-11 warns against hatred, stating that it keeps us in darkness. Love and forgiveness, on the other hand, keep us walking in the light and in fellowship with God and others. Hatred breeds more hatred. Responding to offense with hatred often escalates conflicts and perpetuates a cycle of negativity. It can lead to further misunderstandings, resentment, and possibly even retaliation, making reconciliation difficult. Promoting reconciliation and peace. Hatred obstructs the path to reconciliation and healing. Forgiveness opens the door to resolving conflicts and restoring relationships, which contributes to a more harmonious and supportive community. God commands us to love our enemies. Romans 12:19. Do not take revenge, my dear friends, but leave room for God's wrath, for it is written, "It is mine to avenge. I will repay," says the Lord. Trusting God to handle justice frees us from the burden of seeking revenge. David and Saul. Despite King Saul's attempts to kill him, David spared Saul's life on multiple occasions and refused to harm him, trusting God to judge between them. 1 Samuel 24:10-12, 26, 9-11. Stephen's martyrdom. As Stephen was being stoned to death, he prayed for his persecutors, asking God to forgive them. Acts 7:60. This act of forgiveness mirrors Jesus' own prayer on the cross. Luke 23:34. Jesus' example. Luke 23:34. Jesus, while being crucified, said, "Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing." Jesus is the ultimate model of forgiving those who betray and harm us, demonstrating love and mercy even in the face of extreme injustice. By forgiving those who offend or betray us, we follow Jesus' example and teachings, allowing God's love and justice to prevail in our lives. This brings spiritual freedom and peace, while holding on to hatred and revenge only leads to further suffering and darkness. I didn't know I had been hurting myself by not forgiving Andrew. I have held on to this grudge for so long, thinking it was justified. But now, as I start to let go, I realize it's been eating away at me from the inside. I've been carrying this burden, and it's been affecting my well-being more than I ever acknowledge. Truly, forgiveness can often bring a sense of peace and help improve one's emotional and physical health. Dear viewers, let's remember, forgiveness is a gift we give ourselves. Just as Jesus forgives us, let's strive to forgive others. It's the path to healing and peace.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.